I'm not going to make this video very long, but I'm just going to specifically make this video to focus in on my losses. Usually people focus in only on their gains, but because this is my YouTube teaching portfolio where I'm teaching people about the benefits of buying dividend paying stock right now, I figure it's important to also talk about my losses. So let's see, how much money have I lost? Now, I want you to understand, if you're joining me for the first time, initially I started this account with $5,000. I told people to go into banks and oil, but specifically I told people to buy into oil stocks because oil had gone negative, and I told people to take as much money as they could and get it into oil. Some of the key players that helped my stock portfolio gain rapidly were NBR, TTI, CPE, SLCA, and SM. We'll talk more about those later. NBR made so much money for me that I ended up selling it because I wanted to take that money and then buy more stock. So I ended up buying Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, and a couple of others we'll talk about later. But let's focus on my losses. So you can see where it says the negative 193. Those are my losses for right now. Now, mind you, $5,000 initial investment. Right now, as you can see, the account is worth $28,040 right now, and that's $42 increase for today. The market opens at 9:30. Right now is 7:34. So $193 plus 172 plus 116 plus 109 plus 99 plus 72 plus 62 plus 47 plus 46 plus 34 plus 33 plus 29 plus 28 plus 14 plus 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 18 cents, 0.18. So my losses right now are $1,077. I'm not worried at all. The reason why is because, like, when you look, Apple right here is down only about, what, $72. I know that's slowly being reversed. In fact, for today, it's up $3. I'm not worried about Apple. By the end of this year, Apple will be releasing their new products, new iPhone and whatnot. So I'm not even worried about it. Now, for those of you who are just joining me, this is my small portfolio, and I use this for transparency in order to explain my methodologies on YouTube. My larger portfolios, I have E-Trade and I have TD Ameritrade for larger portfolios. I've told everybody that what I'm going to do is I'm going to fund this portfolio. I'm going to make it grow to about $100,000 worth of dividend-paying stocks, and then I'm just going to stop investing in it. So this way I'll have a $100,000 stock portfolio on top of the other portfolio that I have that's worth $750,000 that I'm trying to get to $1 million. So most people aren't really surprised. Like, when I adjust for market value and I show you gains, when I show you that I invested and I was started to gain money rapidly, especially with these oil stocks, most people aren't surprised because all this year and all last year, they've been watching people with either crypto earnings, or they've been watching people in stocks, especially options trading, which I don't do. Options trading requires you to day trade. I don't do that. I buy dividend paying stock. I sit back and I let my dividends come to me year by year. Then I take those dividends and I reinvest them into the stock market. Most people aren't really surprised that it's so easy to make gains. Like, if, for instance, if I show you the gains now and I show you in green, you can see that on one of these oil stocks, just 100 shares. Now, mind you, I have more of this stuff. Just 100 shares at $1.90. Price is 22. I was able to make $2,090. And the initial investment was, what, 100 times 1.9? I think that was maybe like, what? Let me see. 100 times 1.9. I spent $190 and made $2,090 as of this moment right now. If I were to push the sell button, I would have profited more than $1,700. So most of you, you're not surprised to see gains of this nature. You're not surprised because you've been watching it all year. Oil right now, I believe, has surpassed $70 per barrel. Now, I piled into oil when it dropped negative last year when the coronavirus onset first started. The thing that people keep asking me is it too late to get in? I keep saying it's not too late to get in, but what you need to focus on is at this point, you need to focus on the blue chip dividend stocks. These are the companies that are huge. They have big names. They have good reputations over a long period of time. I focus in on these companies and I add to my positions when I can. Sunoco, AT&T, Exxon, Chevron, BP, Verizon, ISBC, Gilead Sciences, Royal Dutch Shell B, Royal Dutch Shell A, Sanofi, Citigroup, AIG, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Walmart, Capital One, Microsoft, Wells Fargo, Sirius, Nike, Apple, Logitech, Verizon, MasterCard, Visa, Electronic Arts, General Electric, and NVIDIA. So I was telling people to buy NVIDIA for a while. I was telling people to buy Logitech for a while. I was telling people to buy Logitech and AMD before they were even $50. And sure enough, Logitech's like $138 right now. And NVIDIA is moving up very quickly because they have a stock split upcoming in July. So you're going to see a lot of people piling into NVIDIA because once there's the stock split, people will feel that it's now cheaper to invest. So instead of trying to buy one share for $700, they'll be buying smaller shares for the 4-for-1 split. So they'll only be paying like maybe $200 a share. But the bottom line is, I focus on dividend-paying stocks. That's what I focus on. Reddit has people convinced that they can get rich quick by piling into their pump and dump schemes. Keep in mind, the companies that Reddit focuses on are the ones that are being, their shares are being borrowed by hedge funds. So Reddit is trying to do short squeezes. Now, the problem with that is, at the end of the day, there's somebody waiting to sell. They're not holding anything to the moon. What somebody's trying to do is they're trying to get the number to go as high as it can before they sell. GameStop was at $483 before they originally hit the sell button. It dropped down to below $200, and right now they're trying to pump it back up by using welfare checks, stimulus checks, and unemployment checks. They're trying to get as many people to pile in as possible because the name GameStop's still fresh on people's mind. The same goes for AMC. AMC jumped up to 72. They hit the sell button, dropped back to 55. Now you have to understand, these are companies that have failing business models. They were basically going bankrupt before the coronavirus, and coronavirus pushed them over the ledge. So these things are highly speculative. They're things you shouldn't trust. By the way, in this list, you'll also see Wolf, Petco, and you'll see Roblox. Those are actually not part of the Reddit pumps, as far as I know. But Roblox was actually a game-making company, which I bought into because during their IPO, it was cheap. It was $60, as you can see. And children play these games. So if I were to sell right now, I would sell at a $31 profit. But children play these games, so I knew that they were going places. Also, there's Petco, and, Petco has brick and mortar storefronts and whatnot. So some of these things, I think Petco is going to do well because people buy pets. I mean, they like being able to go to stores and buy products for their pets and everything. Long term, it could go anywhere. I'm not even going to pretend that I know where it's going to go, but Chinese electric companies, Li, Xpeng, Neo, and Candy, I'm still bullish on those. Even though that moron, former president Donald Trump, decided that he was going to start a trade war with China. China responded by sending coronavirus here and destroying his presidency. So I guess we know who was right and who was wrong, because I was saying that his presidency was going to end badly 3 years ago, back when some people were fooled into thinking that the economy was doing great. Basically, the moment that Trump targeted China and said the Chinese do this, the Chinese do that, I was like, yeah, you're fucked. Because ultimately, Unlike the Russian help, China's help, you just get really wiped out. China doesn't play. That's why right now I've told everybody what you should do is you should be learning Mandarin. You should have your kids learning Mandarin. So this way, when China turns America's lights out, at least you'll be able to fall back on something. Then there's the tech stocks. Most of those are my dividend payers that I focus on. So, you got to remember what I do is I put these watch lists together to make it easier for you to see. Because the thing about it is I only share one of my portfolios, and I wanted to make the watch list to make it easier for you to understand what I invest in, specifically like big oil companies. You can't go wrong with big oil companies. For at least the next 50 years, big oil runs the show. Even when electric cars become the new thing, your house still runs on oil. Your house still runs on natural gas. So that's just a fact. The big banks and the big oil, these are where you need to be. JP Morgan, ISBC, TD Ameritrade, so forth and so on. So, yeah, the oil stocks that made me wealthy, these are them. NBR did very, very fucking well. Like, here it is. NBR is $113 right now. But when I told people to buy NBR, would you believe that when I told people to buy it, that shit, where is it? How do I do this? What is this? Well, I'll say it like this. NBR was less than $1 when I told people to buy it, and now the motherfucker is up to $113. And man, when I piled into this shit, I made so much money. But, I told people to buy oil, but what did they do instead? They said, nah, I want to buy Dogecoin. I want to buy SafeMoon. I want to go to the moon. So some of them are able to show me gains of $8,000, $10,000. But the thing about it is the amount of money that I made on oil stocks, man, it's like your little Dogecoin gains. Short of you being a multi-millionaire and buying multiple Lamborghinis or some shit, I'm not convinced at all. Not to mention the IRS is going to get you right in your ass. And they're going to put you in a cell where there's a KY jelly dispenser on the wall in your cell. So the thing about it is cryptocurrency, let's look at cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is still reeling below 35,000. It looks like it's on its way up because there's some people who love to buy dips and shit, but the problem is the dip keeps on dipping. Bitcoin Cash is down from the $1,000 range to $598, trying to creep up. I'm not even concerned with this shit because the thing about it is I don't put money into it. What I do is I mine Bitcoin and then I use Coinbase to exchange it for Stellar Lumens and anything else Coinbase allows. I think Coinbase was planning to add Ripple and Dogecoin, but ultimately Dogecoin could never even get to $1. Ripple got to $3 like years ago and it can't even fucking maintain $1. It's sad. There's almost no support for any of this shit because most people, as soon as they get scared, they hit that sell button and they're out. So yeah, this is where the crypto market is right now. But even though I do hold crypto, I'm not putting cash money into it. I'm mining it. So it's a little bit different. I'm not putting cash into this shit because as far as I'm concerned, it's all a pump and dump scheme. It's all a Ponzi scheme. I'm not bothering with it. I don't put much thought into this shit. So yes, I do own Stellar Lumens. I do own Dogecoin. I do own SafeMoon. I do own XRP. I do own Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, but I refuse to put my cash, my hard-earned cash into this shit. So that's just where we are. That's just where we are. Understand it like this, and I've said this a number of times. I turned 40 this year. I will be retired in exactly 10 years from now. If I live to see 50, I will be retired. And once I retire, I intend on probably moving outside of America so I could spend my years on a nice beach with a nice foreign girl in one hand and a nice pina colada in the other. Now, while the rest of you Generation Z and alphas are here complaining that the jobs suck and you can't afford anything, I intend to be gone. I refuse to deal with this bullshit anymore. The Federal Reserve can print as much money as they want. They can hand out welfare checks to you and your mama. They can rise the interest rates and the inflation rates. They can do whatever they want. But me personally, I am divesting myself of this American disease Because the thing about it is the taxes go up, the interest goes up, and you get eaten alive. Most people can't even afford to live in the state that they retire in. And I'm not playing these games. I'm making my money. I'm going to get me some foreign property. I can go right now. To the Philippines. I could buy a whole damn nice luxury house for $100,000. And I could sell my houses in America unless I want to keep using them to collect money from tenants, which you're going to end up being if you're Generation Z, because you're never going to be able to afford a mortgage not working at that shitty job making $15 an hour. You're going to be paying rent to me. Same goes for your mom, because your mom and your father are probably going to be deep in debt, and they're going to end up being tenants too, because they probably won't be able to keep up their mortgage, and they'll probably have to move to another state in order to just to make ends meet. But one thing I need to explain is ends don't meet. That's the reason why they're ends. Ends don't meet. So people who keep saying, I'm trying to make ends meet, ends don't meet. That's the whole point of ends. They don't meet. But y'all ain't trying to hear that. Y'all are too woke for me. Y'all too woke for me. I'm not trying to hear that. So that's just that. I just wanted to make a nice short video before the market opens. It's amazing watching myself go through the 25,000 mark, being at 28,000 on this portfolio, and pretty soon I'm going to be at the $30,000 mark, and soon thereafter probably be at the $100,000 mark within the next 5 years. But that's all I wanted to say. So hopefully you're doing the smart thing. You're doing the Warren Buffett method. You're getting those dividend-paying stocks. Hopefully what you're not doing is the method of all of those fake cryptocurrency gurus who are nowhere to be heard from now and buying cryptocurrency.